work now? Please? Please work? Okay, you know what, while it's working, fuck it. Fuck it. What's going on, guys? R.I.Pierre here using that max power return on YouTube, and welcome to my Wants to Battle tag challenge, or whatever it's called. I think it's just a tag video, but this was created by BirdKeeperToby for the Pokemon community. His links will be in the description below, and Chessman Jr. 98 is the one who made the GFX for it. His links will also be in the description, as well as a bunch of other people as well. So I was tagged by Scizor, aka Lars. You guys might know him from the GBA or the GPC or Twitter or that one German drunk guy. But yeah, stuff's in the description. Like, just moving on. I'm starting to ramble. I do that a lot. But yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and he decided to tag me for this. So it's a list of 7 questions, and then we're supposed to recommend someone with less subscribers that your audience, my audience would like, and then tag 3 people, and we keep it moving from there. So let's go straight into the questions. I don't have anything else to say before that, so let's do that. So question number 1 is, how did you get that mascot? So my mascots are Ampharos and Meloetta. So Ampharos was because in Generation 2, Ampharos was my favorite Pokemon, no doubt. It still is my favorite Pokemon, but I remember catching Mareep one day and I just kept training it, and I was like, wait, this thing is actually really great. I love it. It is just so cool, because like back then, this was a long time ago, and I'm still upset that my data is gone because the internal battery ran dry. But anyways, moving on. I was still rambling a little bit, but yeah. So Ampharos was just my favorite Pokemon back then. I've been like madly, I'm not even gonna say in love with it, that just sounds weird, but like I have been obsessed with Ampharos since then. Anytime I can have one, I will have one. And yeah, and it's kind of like the same thing for Meloetta in Generation 5. Like, I absolutely adore Meloetta. And the fact that she's also very competitively viable at the same time. So it's a double whammy for her. And I think her design is amazing. I think that the whole concept behind the music is amazing. I just think that Meloetta is a great Pokemon, and it is my second favorite. So those are my 2 favorites. Those are my 2 mascots. And yeah, so that's all I really have to say about that. So yeah, moving on. Question number 2, respond to your most popular comments. Now, I don't get many comments that are, that are viewed much, I guess. They're not really liked or anything like that, but I went back quite a bit. So the only real popular comment, I will say, because it got 3 likes, that's literally the most popular thing, which is kind of sad. But yeah, so was by Call Me 911, aka Bob, aka Zargs, aka no, never mind, we're out of names. But yeah, so his comment was on episode 0 of my Gaia playthrough, and it was to choose my starter, and Lars, the person who tagged me, was campaigning to get Turtwig, because in the video I said I didn't want Turtwig. I said that I would like Piplup a lot more, so he went through and decided that to make it his job to say that everybody should go ahead and pick Turtwig, so I would have to use it. So his comment was, I don't know, well, it should be up, you should be able to read it as well, but I don't know what you should pick. I want to say the turtle because I like the turtle, but then Lars also gets what he wants, so yeah, pick the penguin. And got a good laugh out of it. It's the most popular comment. I mean, I don't get a lot of comments that are like that people like, I guess. I'll say that. Like, there's not really a lot of fun comments. I'm gonna scroll a little bit. You won't see that, but I'm gonna scroll a little bit, and yeah, there really isn't any funny comments or anything popular, like not even helpful, popular, or whatnot. But yeah, okay, that was unnecessary. Thank you, phone. Okay, so question number 3: what was your best Pokemon moment of 2015? All right, best Pokemon moment of 2015 to me had to be when the Korokoro leak came out just recently, and it wasn't a Pokemon Z announcement, and then watching people go into, let me stop. Oh, I should edit that out. Nah, I'm real. But yeah, my best Pokemon moment of 2015 was probably joining the GPC, because it opened me up to another side of the community as a whole, because I was very closed-minded back then. This was what, April? I was very close-minded back then. I kept to myself. I didn't talk to a lot of people within the community except for my close friends, like A-Star the Third and Hydro Master 1, if you remember those guys. I didn't talk to many people outside of them because they didn't really go on Showdown into rooms and whatnot to talk. So I would keep to myself and them, and that's all I would say. But then I ended up joining this because Bob and Nacho found me a long time before the GPC. Like, he's the first member I knew of. I found him like what, December or January sometime. It was a long time before GPC was even made, but he put my name in, and I ended up meeting Bob and Jesse and Richie and Kino, a bunch of people that were really cool within the community. Lars, the person who tagged me, let me see who else, Uzi Gunner, a bunch of other people. I'm sorry I couldn't name all of you if you're watching this, but yeah. So not only did it open me up to them and the people who would then soon join later on, it opened me up to the part of the community that I really didn't see. It was completely invisible to me, like the part where the PPL and stuff was. Like, I knew Slyro long before the PPL began, but like, he was a part of it, and I didn't know any part of that community. Like, people like Raekwyn and Don Fanatic and Troy and whatnot. I didn't know who any of these people were until, like, I think after season 1 of the GPC, because I started seeing these people like Schady and whatnot, and it just happened. Like, I just started seeing them everywhere, and I was like, oh, okay, this is something cool, and these are some cool people I could follow or whatnot, or get behind, things like that. So it definitely my best Pokemon moment of this season. I mean, I don't know if it's actually considered a Pokemon moment, but it was definitely a great experience to join the GPC, and I hope it continues to be a good one to be a part of it, because yeah, like I said, it's opened me up to a whole new world. I'm not even gonna sing it, but you get what I'm saying there. So yeah, got a little soft on you guys there for a moment. Pause, but alright, moving on. Question number 4. What do you think the next mainstream... Wow, I cannot speak. What do you think the next mainstream Pokemon game will be, and why? So, the next mainstream Pokemon game will be Pokemon Z, more than likely, which is so unfortunate in my opinion. Like, I don't really care who I offend or whatnot, so let's just get that out of the way. But I really don't want Z to be the next. I kind of want them to just move on, even if it means we have to wait another year without a Pokemon game. I want the series to just move on to the next generation. I mean, sure, the introduction of Volcanion will be okay and whatnot, but honestly, I could not care less about anything related to Pokemon Z. Just because it's not gonna, unless it brings in something new besides Volcanion. I mean, it's probably gonna bring in like what, Zygarde's other forms. I mean, that might be cool to have in the tiers and whatnot, but it's not enough. I'm kind of getting bored of Pokemon at the moment, and Z will not give me a reason to pick it back up if anything like that happens. So I had to get real with you guys for a second, but that's really it. That's all I have to say about that. I'm not just gonna sit here and lie to you, be like, oh, I'm so excited for the next game for Z. No, if it's Z, I don't care. When the next generation comes around, then we'll talk. But honestly, if Z is not for me. Ooh, bars, dropping them. Anyways, moving on. Question number 5. What can your viewers expect in 2016? Some Pokemon, some Smash. I really haven't thought ahead that far. It's I mean, yeah, it's less than 10 days away now, but I really didn't think ahead. I mean, obviously it's gonna be, I haven't thought about anything new, I'll say that. Yeah, that's really all I have to say as far as that goes. So let's move on to question 6, which is a good one. People have asked me about this in the past, and a few of them have become really nice people and worked, well, at least I've heard bad things about a couple of them, but people have asked me for advice before. But what advice would you give to someone starting out on YouTube? So I started YouTubing in May of 2014, and that was not the greatest time for me. My first video, which no, I'm not gonna link it. If you want, you can go find it, but I'm not gonna willingly put that out there. So what was I even saying just now? Oh yeah, my first video, I was sick. I was using a recorder that only records for 15 minutes at a time, and it was incredibly laggy, and I was a mess. So I took like the next few weeks off. I got myself a new microphone that worked well. What was it? It was some weird $20 stand-up, not stand, but like it was a very thin microphone. It was black. I don't know. I'll put a picture up if I can find it somewhere. But just know I was not prepared for YouTubing at the time. But because of I don't know. I got into it in the first place because I saw people doing it, like competitive battling. I was like, oh, I can do this. This is rather easy. Now, the competitive battling part came very, very easy to me. I really didn't have to work hard to get really that good, but I'm still not amazing. I mean, it takes work to be better. Like, I'm good, but I could be a ton better. I could be great. I could have been all of this other stuff if I worked on it, but I didn't, and I hadn't at the time even played much, and I was still, at least, I want to say it's all about competence, but like, that does seem kind of offensive to some people that might not be that good yet, or might be trying. I'll say this, it wasn't, yeah, I'm way off. I'm way off topic right now, but it wasn't hard for me to get into the game. I'll say that. I was trying to go somewhere with the sentence, but it's fine. Let's keep moving on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We're all over the place now. But let's see. Advice I would give to people starting out on YouTube. I said the stuff about when I started on May. I had got my new microphone and whatnot. And I started actually putting thought and effort into videos, and I wouldn't get much. I wouldn't get anywhere. And I started hype train stuff, like when megas would be announced, I would do that, because that's back when this was before ORAS, so I would just be chilling. I'd be like, oh look, Mega Sableye, stuff happened, things, yeah. And I started learning GFX, and then my next video, which was on Sableye's whatchamacallit, ability, which was Magic Bounce, right? Yeah, it's Magic Bounce. And I made a nice little thumbnail for that, and those videos got a lot of views because I was of course hype writing. But then I realized that's not what I wanted to do, so then I started doing live sessions, and I started talking to people. I mean, I literally haven't had much help as far as YouTube goes. I didn't take any advice from anybody. I had to basically figure it out, and that's a lot. That was actually part of the reason why I kept going, because it's a lot of fun, and putting together different types of let's say it's an equation. You put together your audio, your personal enjoyment, and audio. You put together video quality, personal enjoyment, and then what you're actually doing, and you put it together, and then that equation adds up to the outcome, of course. And then if you're satisfied with that outcome, then you're doing something right. And that's what I kept doing, kept experimenting with things like that, and then eventually I grew, and I got 100. I hit 100 subscribers within 2 months, and that was a lot of fun. It still is a lot of fun to record sometimes, but it's just, you have to make sure you're in it with the right mindset, in it for the right reasons. If you're thinking about it because you're like, oh, I see people making money from it, which I'm pretty sure you've heard like 3 million times already, but it's the truth. If you're here for money, then please just do not upload. But if you really want to enjoy what you're doing, and you really want people to see that you're enjoying what you're doing, or see that you and your friends are doing good things, or you want to see that you're doing an original idea and you really want to get it out there, then go on ahead and do it. Like, if you're going to do YouTube, whether it's Pokemon or anything else, just be yourself and have fun and enjoy. And I mean, honestly, I was going to say who cares if you're entertaining, but I guess people who are watching it care if you're entertaining. But don't change for anybody. Honestly, if you're not being yourself, then There's no point if you're just gonna change yourself. If you're willing to change yourself to if you're okay, you know what? Let me rephrase that. If you're changing yourself specifically to appease an audience, then good luck to you, but I cannot associate myself like that. But if you're changing your personality because you needed to for like a video or something like that, or because it really helps with the entertainment factor of one thing or whatever, then that's really cool. That's like, it's your thing. But I think I got off topic again. But long story short, my advice to you is make sure that you're willing to put in the work for it. Making thumbnails and whatnot. Like, I've been making my own thumbnails, like actually started to try making thumbnails for almost all of this year, and some better than others, and I have made a few gems, to be honest. I mean, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I have made a few good ones. But you have to make sure you're willing to put in the work, and you have to make sure that you're gonna enjoy yourself. If you're not gonna do one or the other, then don't. Well, you can enjoy yourself without putting in the work, that's fine, but if you're not going to enjoy yourself, then just don't. That's really all I have to say about it. And yeah, I think that's really all I had to go through with that. Is there anything else I want to say? Make sure that you don't sound like you're yelling across the room, so have a good microphone, and try to lag as little as possible as far as your video goes. So yeah, I think that's all the advice I really have to give. As far as my own personal experience goes, still working on that lag part, man, but that's my computer's fault, not mine. Okay, I actually remembered this time. What I was supposed to say before, in the advice section, was don't look at numbers and be discouraged at any time with your YouTube career. Let's look at my channel for an example. I have 282 subscribers as of the making of this video. My last video has 14 views in a day, and my average is somewhere around 28. And upwards of 90% of my viewership comes from people who aren't subscribed. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Well, not a great thing, because people who are actually watching have nothing to do with my channel, but it means that my video gets a lot of traffic from other places, which is nice. But you know, it would be nice if people who actually followed me would watch. Nonetheless, the point of this was that I don't care as much. It's like, I look at numbers as something to it's a nice base. It's like less than 10% means that your channel isn't doing incredible, and I barely get 10%, but I do get around 10% of my viewers. But then you look at somebody like Uzi, who I had my recommended, and he averages somewhere around 90 to 100 views per video. And for some people that can be very discouraging, because it's like, well, look at all this work I did to get all the way over here, and I'm not doing as well as somebody all the way back there. Well, he's not even that far behind. But the point I'm trying to make is, don't look at numbers too much. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth your time looking at numbers like that. Just focus on yourself. People will eventually come around, and as long as you're doing good things will come. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. Like, for those of you who are new, and want to become PokeTubers or just regular YouTubers or anything, just don't focus on the numbers, man. Just do what you want to do, and as long as you're enjoying yourself, then you're doing something right. That's really all I had to say there as far as advice goes. Yeah, don't focus on the numbers. Because if you focus on the numbers, you're gonna get yourself, you're gonna be down. You're gonna be upset sometimes. You're not gonna be motivated, and then you're gonna slip. And then all of a sudden, your 20-something viewers at 200 subscribers turns into 10 and single digits and whatnot, and then you're like, wow, what happened? It's because you're not. And then there's consistency as well, but at the same time, it's all about you. make this is the one place where it should be all about you. Unless you're like doing co-ops and whatnot with other people, then it's all about both of you. But you know, or all of you if you're doing stuff with a group and whatnot. But just make sure you're focused on yourself. Don't worry about what other people are doing, and don't worry about what other people are saying. Don't worry about what other people are gaining or what other people's numbers look like. Like I said, just do you. All right, that's all I had as far as advice went. So I will wait, right, because I have to edit this in, so it's not gonna be the end of the video. Segue. Is that all? Yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say. Good luck to you starting out on YouTube if you're watching this. I love you. Alright, question 7, the final question. What is your favorite Pokemon video of 2015 been? Now, this might, I don't think it'll be offensive, but the Crit Magnet is a very good friend of mine. I've known him since near the beginning of when I started YouTube. I just befriended him. I even know he was a YouTuber at the time, and then he blew up, and I was like, oh snap, you're Crit and whatnot, and it was just like, oh okay, that's neat. But getting back on track, he made an ML. There was a Lumio Station. I don't know if it's still a live channel or whatnot. It's probably, I think it's dead. But it was a channel made by a bunch of the bigger YouTubers in the community, as a community channel, of course. And they were doing a tag lock with members of the community outside of themselves. And the one before it turned out to be just like a bunch of their friends, but this one they're actually looking for other people to put themselves out there. And Crit made a parody video with Nappy as Shrek, and a bunch of YouTubers, like mascots or their faces, edited into people in the crowd in that scene of the swamp where all the magical creatures were being forced to live. They're being forced into his swamp. So he edited a bunch on, and you know what, you would have to see the video yourself. I'll link it in the description, but it was absolutely hilarious. And I think that has to be my favorite video of 2015. I mean, there are a lot of good Pokemon videos, but honestly, I can't really say a competitive one is my favorite. I guess if the people commentating make the video, but well, when I say make the video, I mean as in entertainment factor and whatnot. But that by far, what Crit did, that it was only 31 seconds long. That was probably the most enjoyable video I've ever seen, besides his Pokemon Z thing. But you know, I won't say that. That was actually hilarious, but I don't really, yeah, let's leave that alone. Matter of fact, I'll link both. Those are my two favorites. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. That is question 7. That was the final actual question. Let me know if you need anything clarified in the description below. In the comment section below. Let me know if there's anything that you need me to elaborate on, and I will make sure that I help you out there. There's still more to this video, so don't click away yet. But yeah, so any questions, make sure you leave them below, especially on the advice one, because I don't think I did an amazing job with explaining that. And I really do love giving people advice. Like, I will go out of my way to give people advice at any time with anything. So please, if you need it, just ask. So next one was really a question. Question 8, or it was the 8th question slot. Recommend a YouTuber with less subscribers that your audience will love. So I'm actually gonna recommend 2 or 3. So the first I'm gonna recommend is the Uzi Gunner. Now, he does analyst work. Not analyst. Yeah, I think he does analyst work for the GBA. He's a really cool guy. He has a lot of energy. So if you're into that type of thing, go on and do that. Oh crap! I missed something very bad with the advice. Okay, so I'll edit it into that part later. So after the video, I'll say it and then edit it in later. Anyways, so yeah, the Uzi Gunner. He's a very energetic person. He's a very fun person to be around, to both be around and to associate with. I guess that's the same thing. Anyways, his videos are always filled with. He's got a great character about him, and he's also a very good competitive player. At least in the OU tier. I'm not sure about anywhere else. He's also a good League a draft league player as well. I don't know about him anywhere outside of OU, so I can't say anything about that. But he is a good competitive player, and he is a lot of fun to watch and to be around. I would definitely recommend him. Now, I guess the second one I'll recommend is Conor, aka, or well, Cobra Court Videos, aka Conor. Now, he does funny things from every now and then. Honestly, he doesn't upload a ton, but you know, his thumbnails are enough to get you to go check him out for sure. If you do go check him out, make sure you look at his thumbnails. Like, he is actually the greatest of all time, and he's a very, very fun person to talk to, and kind of like Uzi, except not as energetic and probably funnier. A lot funnier, actually. Let me see. Do I want to recommend a third channel? Do I really? Nah, I think I'm tagging the other three that I would recommend. Or, let me see. Let me give me 1 second. And I guess the third would be Schady. I mean, he's cool and stuff, and, you know, rough lit. Go ahead and check him out. Their links will all be in the description. Uzi, Conor, and Schady. Anyways, so now to tag 3 people. Now, it's not going to really be like, the reason I recommended Uzi over tagging him is because I'm pretty sure he got tagged already. Conor is because I'm not sure he would. I don't know if he would do it or not, but I think one of the people I'm tagging will more than likely tag him, and it would be the only one who knows him. But anyways, moving on from that, I need to really get rid of this issue where I have to talk about everything in depth and then go back to other topics. Anyways, so 3 people I'm tagging are Call Me 911, aka Bob, aka Zargs, the founder, one of the founders along with Nacho of the GPC. Pretty cool guy. Make sure you go hit up his links in the description below, and he's the one person I said who would tag Conor, so he should tag Conor. Just letting him know that. Hopefully he watches this far. Next up we have Satisfactory Bro. He's a lesser known YouTuber, but he's been a good friend of mine since I started Pokemon, like way back in May. Probably one of the first people I ever spoke to on Showdown. Actually, this was back during Pokemon Rap was a huge thing back then, and I was actually fairly decent at it. So that's actually how I met a lot of people I knew. And a lot of them just either faded away or they're still friends of mine, but they don't do YouTube anymore, which is unfortunate, but you know, live and learn. So, what was I saying? Alright, so yeah, Satisfactory Bro as well. And last but not least, King Gizmo, who needed a reason to come back to YouTubing, so this is his reason. He will do this video, or we are going to fight for real. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was definitely fun to do, I guess, sort of, a little bit. And make sure you check out all the people in my description, and make sure you check out those 2 videos I showed you from Crit if you're not already aware of them. They were actually very funny. So yeah, we're almost at 25 minutes. I'm pretty sure everybody else went less than 20, which is acceptable for me. And then now I have to go ahead and speak more about the advice part and then edit it in later. But whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure that you check out all the people in the description again, like I said before, and make sure you like this video on your way out, and make sure you hit up that comment section. Let me know how you feel about any of these questions, especially the advice one, especially now that you'll actually hear everything I have to say. Anyways, I'll catch you all later. See me again. Alright, peace out. Goodbye. Okay, so what I didn't tell you before with the advice... Oh, fuck. No, wait. Alright, make sure you start after all of that bullshit. Alright, some extra advice. I actually had to edit this in, but, oh no, I forgot it. Oh no. Oh jeez. Wow, that's embarrassing. Wow, I completely forgot it. Okay. Well, I guess we're done for now.